Welcome back, Thunder fans. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals is in the books, and the Thunder have taken a commanding 2-0 series lead over the Timberwolves. We're going to dive into some highlights, standout performances, and what this kind of means moving forward. Looking at the game recap, the Thunder defeated the Timberwolves 118-103 in the Paycom Center, extending the series lead. Of course, Shai had 38 points, 8 assists, showcasing his MVP caliber play. While he received the MVP, J-Dub contributed with 26 and 10. Chet also added 22 points, and the Thunder defense was formidable, limiting the Timberwolves only to 41.4 shooting field from the field. And the key performances on the other side for the Timberwolves was 32 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists by Anthony Edwards. He surpassed Kevin Garnett as the franchise all-time leading playoff scorer. Jaden McDaniels also added 22 points, but he struggled overall, guarding Shai especially. We saw him shove Shai in one of the plays here. And as far as like a tactical breakdown, the Thunder defense disrupted the offense. We had 14 turnovers. We capitalized on those turnovers, leading into a decisive third quarter run, 35-21. The Timberwolves shooting woes have continued from game one. They only hit 11 from 39 from beyond the arc. We only made 9 threes ourselves, but we, of course, made up the points on the turnover side and on the defensive end. With a 2-0 series lead, we're pretty much in a strong position to win either game 3 or 4 in Minnesota, possibly even both, leading to a sweep. But I feel like we're closer to, maybe only winning one of those games. The Timberwolves need to address their turnover issues and find ways to counter the Thunder's defensive scheme. And adjustments that they can kind of make is not having Julius Randle back down against us. Let him play his game. He's been shooting the three pretty well. They kind of made him, go towards the basket. That really threw off his rhythm in his game. And, let him play his game. And on Anthony Edwards, he just needs to stop shooting the threes. He's not making them. He needs to continue the rim pressure, and he did really well when they did that. And they need to play him in the fourth quarter. They need to trust Julius Randle. They pretty much sat him. He was a DNP. I'd love to hear you guys, predictions for game 3. We're going to look at the rest of these highlights and just kind of enjoy and react to what happened here. Man, this was amazing. A great defense played on both ends, and it just really came down to the second half. And, we've seen Shai and the rest of the guys, and we saw J-Dub hit a huge 3 in this one, late, that we'll probably catch in this highlight reel. And also Chet had a great finish in the end as well. They brought it pretty close and had like a possible chance to flip the script on it. But I feel like after what we've done both of these games, we've just got too much momentum. And I feel like the confidence is starting to wane between the Timberwolves fans, their coach, their players, with the way they're reacting, with the conversation around Shai. I feel like you just got to go out there and win basketball games and shoot the ball better, play defense. It's so simple, but they're really not, doing that. And obviously there's more schemes that they can get into. One of them that I've talked about on Bring the Thunder podcast is they can get rid of Rudy Gobert and just go small ball and match up with us and have the pace, length, and size. And I feel like that versatility would, at least give them a fighting chance. I still think we can close them out in close games because of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, what he's doing right there. I mean, absolutely unstoppable in this game. This is really where the run started. They couldn't keep up. They couldn't keep up. Look at this. It's 8 minutes in. Still a close game. We can admit this is still a close game. They hit a shot right here. They're closing in. They're closing in the third. And then it feels like we just flip the script. J-Dub hits this big 3, and we're off to the races, man. Look at that. The lead just goes in the blink of an eye with a couple of defensive possessions. And, our offense isn't going to stop humming because we have a guy like Shai. The one place that I was worried when he had 5 fouls, he continues to kind of get into some foul trouble issues. I feel like that can be an issue, not just for this series, but also possibly for the NBA Finals. I don't mind him obviously playing defense, but sometimes he's the biggest guy on the court as he finishes that tough bucket right there. Sometimes he's the biggest guy on the court, and we just need, we need him on the court for an offensive possession. And so I'd prefer him, sometimes to take a play off here or there. Not all the time, but sometimes there was a couple plays where he's guarding Anthony Edwards and Anthony Edwards is rising up. There's no reason to try to contest that because probably most times, he's going to get the foul call there. He is, the opposing team's superstar, and you just got to be careful. This was when the whole stadium went absolutely berserk on that, Chet Holmgren dunk, and the lead just continued to just barrel through. Lou Dort making a timely three, as always. Big game Lou Dort. Shout out to him. Man, he's been undrafted, stuck it out with us, and Chet got this technical here for taunting. I haven't seen Chet do something like that. I feel like he's growing into himself. J-Dub's growing into himself, and then Kayson's playing perfect defense and hitting timely shots right there. I feel like he missed a couple that he would normally make, and this lead could have been a lot bigger than it was between himself and Lou Dort. If they hit a couple extra shots, instead of a 24-point lead, this is a 34-point lead, and they never even have a chance. But here, they start making it closer and closer, and this is where it was crunch time, and I literally said that. I was like, what do you got for me, Shai? And he hits that. So, man, it was beautiful. It's beautiful to watch. As soon as you ask your best player, like, hey, man, what can you do? That was Rudy Gobert's, 2 points out of 5 that he scored on the night. Ridiculous. And then J-Dub's growth has been going towards the basket ever since his Game 6 debacle in Denver. I've never seen him attack the rack the way he is now. He's not settling. He's just turned into a different beast. Huge for a closeout Game 7. Huge to start off this series. Look at this defense. Love the Thunder fans standing up. I shouted them out as well. They did that the whole game against Anthony Edwards, pretty much trying to get into his mentality, and we're doing that right now. Look at that. J-Dub attacking the rack. Man, this Thunder team. And then they finally started double teaming Shai. Obviously, that's going to open up a lot of looks because we're a great passing team. Everyone can handle the ball and, do whatever they need to do. I love the fact that we played Shai heavy minutes. It was much needed. Series that go like this, once you get a 2-0 lead, I believe only 28 other teams ever in Western Conference history have, came back from a 2-0 lead. So I really doubt that Minnesota overall can come back from this, but hey, you never know. I've seen 2016 happen. So as a fan, appreciate you guys, and peace out.